Hello and welcome, dear students, to the Asset Curriculum Framework for English. This set of skills is for the academic year 2021-2022. That means if you are in a particular grade, say for example grade 9 during the academic year 2021-2022, and you are going to appear for your examination during the month of March, then your asset examination will be conducted somewhere towards the end of the academic year to measure your progress during the academic year. So for this academic year, you may use the set of skills listed over here. So this curriculum is very brief, but it is very deep. That means you need to focus on the skills. Asset curriculum framework in English, it is Asset English assesses students' language skills, conceptual understanding of language, using a variety of texts. That means unseen texts will be given to you, passages. Students are evaluated in reading comprehension, vocabulary, and grammar from grades 3 to grade 10. This will be a chart shown to you shortly where you can see where the skills set of skills begin. Asset tests for the grades are based on the learning outcomes of the previous grade. For example, a grade 8 asset paper covers the skills that students are expected to have mastered by the end of grade 7. A paper may also include questions based on skills taught in earlier classes. That means if you are in grade 9, you should practice grade 10 set of skills, and at the same time you should have mastered the skills of past 2 years. If these skills are considered essential for mastering higher grades concepts, some questions may also be repeated across grades to understand students' misconceptions or to gauge the extent to which the understanding of a certain skill improves as students move into higher grades. So that means you may find certain common questions, maybe grammar, maybe reading comprehensions, which are definitely seen by you last year. It is important to know that here that the curriculum framework document should be seen more as a guideline in learning expectations at different grades rather than to prepare students to these set of outcomes only. At times, based on our student performance data on questions and derived insights around what students can be expected to know by a certain grade. Asset papers may have questions that test learning outcomes that are not explicitly stated in this framework. That means you may come across questions which are not very clearly or openly stated over here, but it is applied. The wrong options, that means the distractors in the MCQ. Suppose A is the right answer and you feel that B is also the right answer. B seems to be a distractor which may appear to be the right answer. That is called a distractor by the asset question team. In the questions are often framed keeping in mind the alternative conceptions students may have or variety of thinking errors that students may make. Students' responses to these options often provide interesting insights into their thinking or learning gaps. So that means if you're making these kind of errors, then that means you are thinking in some direction which is not exactly the right direction. Now, the skills covered by Asset English across grades. The test cover various comprehension skills under four broad categories. All the skills tested under these categories are listed below. Core skills, that is the reading comprehension, it identifies and recalls direct facts in the passage, analyzes and infers hidden ideas, that means reading in between the lines, analyzes characters and situations, that means the perspective and thinking of the characters or their personalities, understands their organization and connect context to the passage, that means how ideas are connected in a sequence, interprets the lines of a poem, that is poetry interpretation, registers moods, tones and emotions, understanding the tone of language, the mood of the situation or the characters, and the emotions of the characters. Identifies the main ideas and purpose of the passage, whether the purpose is for entertainment or is for information or various other sub branches. Infers using contextual clues and prior knowledge, that means for meaning, if you are able to assess as per the given contextual clues. Then coming to grammar skills, knows punctuation and sentence information, understands the usage of grammar concepts. Under vocabulary, we have identifies synonyms, antonyms, and other words, deduces word meanings from contextual clues, understands idioms, proverbs, and figures of speech. Core skills under phonics and spellings, knows correct spellings and phonics in words. Now, this is the chart that we need to have a look at very carefully. These are the set of skills that we need to master, and you can see the skills. Certain skills begin as early as grade 3, and these skills develop over the grades and mastered by grade 10. Certain skills begin in the early classes. And let us see, identifies and recalls direct facts in the passage, analyzes and infers hidden ideas, analyzes characters and situations, understands organization and context of the passage, inter- interprets the lines of the poem, registers moods, tones, and emotions, identifies the main idea and purpose of the passage, infers using contextual clues and prior knowledge, knows punctuation and sentence formation. Over here, sentence formation means simple, compound, and complex sentences. Complex sentences might have a main clause and many subclauses. Understands the usage of grammar concepts. Identifies synonyms, that means similar meaning words. Antonyms means opposites, and other words, that means breaking them down into prefix, suffix, and the root word. Deduces word meaning from contextual clues. Contextual clues means as per the context, maybe certain meanings are explained in given in two commas soon after the word, maybe it is explained in the next line, maybe some hint is given, that is a contextual clue. Understands idioms, proverbs, and figures of speech. That means you should be able to understand hyperbole, knows correct spellings and phonics in words. That this is tested only definitely in the junior classes. You are expected to use these skills as a set of guidelines and find appropriate passages and grammar exercises for practicing. Thank you very much for your kind attention.